If dragons didn't exist, then how did they show up in stories across the world? Before the scientific explanation for this, I want to talk about what different cultures' perception of dragons say about that culture. Like, let's take the two biggest dragon cultures, the Western European dragons versus the Chinese dragons. So in Europe, dragons were basically monsters, hoarding treasure and burning villages and fighting knights. Because medieval Europe saw the world and nature as a very chaotic place full of danger. And also their stories needed a big, powerful monster that a regular human hero would fight. So their dragons became a symbol for everything that's greedy and scary and anti-god. But the Chinese dragons are completely opposite. They're wise, they're considered lucky and divine. They control the rain and the rivers. They're very associated to water as opposed to the Western fire dragons. And that comes from how Chinese culture saw the universe. Not good versus evil, but rather harmony versus imbalance. So their big, powerful creatures weren't threats, they were more cosmic forces they had to work with. They would provide rain and water for their crops and stuff. Okay, but scientifically, the biggest reason people came up with dragons around the world is fossils. Centuries ago, people started digging up dinosaur fossils, and because they were so big and unworldly, people started to build up stories around them and think of them as magical. But the best non-scientific explanation, of course, is just that the dragons were real. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be reading them.